Hey everybody, it's MommaOG. I am back with another reaction. Today I have another donation request from Martian Granny. As always, thank you so much. She has asked me to listen to Faun. The song is called Odin. This is featuring Einar Selvik from Wardruna and somebody named Martin Seeburg. I believe this is live video from the Faun Midguard tour, Germany, Wuppertal, March 2017. So yeah, this is a live video, which is really cool. I love watching this kind of stuff live. Before we get started, if you would like to request a reaction, you can click on a donation link down in the description. Send me the information of the song that you would like me to react to, and I will add it to my queue and record it ASAP. Also, I take notes during my reactions, so if you see me looking down, I'm just writing down 1 or 2 words at a time just so that I can remember what I want to talk about. I've got my earbuds in. Let's go ahead and take a listen and a look. I'm going to be turning this up. Flute already.
In eisiger Vorzeit hast du einst gewacht, hast Gummier geworfen, warst Speer in der Schlacht, zogst durch die 9 Welten als Wanderer bei Nacht, hast uns Mimirs heiligen Brunnen wiedergebracht.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, I have to rewind that part.
Als Wanderer bei Nacht hast uns Mimirs heiligen Brunnen wiedergebracht.
I love stuff like that.
Tage gingst du in Yggdrasils Zweigen, 9 lange Nächte für 16 magische Zeichen.
It's a recorder.
Magische Zeichen, um den Tod zu beschwören, um Kranke zu heilen und Feinde zu stören, um Flammen zu halten, die Schwerter zu lenken, um Geister zu fragen und die Speere zu senken. 9 Tage gingst du an Yggdrasils Zweigen, 9 lange Nächte für 16 magische Zeichen.
Where's Einar? There he is. Goosebumps. Wow, those inflections that he's doing are those inflections he's doing on the end of some of these phrases are amazing. I've got my window cracked a little bit, and there's some people that drive around in this town like it's the Indy 500. I don't know if you could hear that, but oh my goodness. The first thing that jumped out at me were those female vocalizations where she was kind of backed off of the mic. I absolutely love stuff like that. Aurora does stuff like that. A lot of these type of groups do stuff like that. I noticed that the instruments they were using were all authentic, ancient, or old school, however you want to say, which I always appreciate. I'm fascinated by instruments from other parts of the world, but not only that, instruments that have been used for probably thousands of years. Before I started recording the video, I looked up English translated lyrics to this song, and I found out that they are in German and Old Norse. I also found out that there are not too many reliable translations for this song. So what I did was I Googled them in general, and I just clicked on a bunch of them and compared them, and I chose the one that showed up the most. I mean, there were some sites that had what I thought were terrible translations because they didn't make any sense. There were more that matched each other word for word. So that's one of the lyric sites I went with. And I'm going to go over those lyrics in just a minute. But I wonder if when Faun was singing, they were singing in what it sounded like German. And then when Einar came in, he was probably doing the Old Norse. It sounded like, to me, I'm not sure if that's correct, but that's what it sounded like. Einar's voice, man. It was evident from Helvegen how powerful and authentic his voice is. Just when he sings in these long notes, and then in this song in particular, he had these inflections that almost sounded Middle Eastern at times, but then other times not. But those are just incredible, and they kept giving me goosebumps. His voice is incredibly powerful. It kind of, kicked me in my core, as this type of music does. Gets me in touch with a part of myself that I don't often get in touch with, as I repeatedly say in reactions to music like this. Along with the power of his voice, I love watching his facial expressions as he's singing, because there's a story going on there visually that also matches the power of the sound phonically that's coming out of his mouth. It's just incredible. Let's give these lyrics a go. I'm just going to go over them here. Martian Granny had mentioned she couldn't find the English translation, so I wanted to try to make sure that I could get them up before I started recording. Just keep in mind, I have no idea if these are accurate or not, but these were the most common set of lyrics in English that I found through several websites. So this is what I chose. Okay, so the song is called Odin. I'm not incredibly well versed on Norse mythology, but I do know that Odin is kind of the main god, and he's also the ruler of the gods in Asgard. He's not only known to be a god of war, but wisdom, knowledge, magic, and I think like poetry and such. I also know that he sacrificed an eye to a well to gain more knowledge, and he's often shown to have two ravens that kind of fly around the world to bring him knowledge. That is the extent, pretty much, of my knowledge about Odin, but I have heard the name throughout my entire life, and especially lately since I've been doing a lot of reactions to music from this part of the world. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over the lyrics. In icy ancient times, you once watched through Gungnir. I apologize in advance for any of these pronunciations. Through Gungnir were a spear in battle, traveled through the 9 worlds as a wanderer at night, brought back to us at Mimir's sacred well. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I need to look that up. There's no choice for Old Norse here. A lot of Old Norse shows up as Icelandic. I found, let me just see, it doesn't give
Mimir.
Mimir. Okay, that's the English pronunciation of it. Mimir, sacred well, and I believe that's where he sacrificed his eyeball. You hung for 9 days in Yggdrasil's branches for 9 long nights. 9 long nights for 16 magical signs. Magical signs to invoke death, to heal the sick and disturb enemies, to hold flames, direct swords, to ask spirits and lower spears. You hung for 9 days in I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm going to have to cheat. Let me cheat. What is this word? English?
Yggdrasil.
Yggdrasil. Let's change it to Norwegian and see if that's any better.
Yggdrasil.
Okay, Yggdrasil. Okay, so that sounds like the name of a tree. Yggdrasil. Branches, 9 long nights for 16 magical signs. I know that I hung. Okay, so this is where the language changes, where I guess Einar is singing, because I obvious language change here. I know that I hung on a windy tree all 9 nights, pierced by a spear, offered to Odin, myself to myself on that tree, of which no one knows from what roots it runs. They stabbed me with a spear. I dedicated myself to Odin. I took up the runes, screaming, I took them, screaming, I took them. Then I fell back. Okay, this still looks like the Old Norse part. Do you know how to carve? Do you know how to interpret? Do you know how to obtain? Do you know how to test? Do you know how to pray? Do you know how to offer? Do you know how to send? Do you know how to sacrifice? Screaming, I took them. Okay, this looks like a different language, maybe back to German. Screaming, I took them. You hung for 9 days in Yggdrasil. I already forgot how to pronounce it. Branches. 9 long nights for 16 magical signs. Screaming, I took them. Screaming, I took them. I really don't know what to make of these lyrics. I hope that some of you can fill me in on this. I thought maybe it would be from the perspective of Odin directly, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's somebody else. Maybe is this a person here? Gungnir, just talking about how he's kind of gave himself to Odin. Yeah, please fill me in. Another amazing tribal song that, like I said earlier, this kind of stuff just puts me in touch with a long lost part of me that I have always felt there. Martian Granny, as always, I appreciate you putting this in front of me. I loved it. Thank you all so much for being here to share this with me. I will see you next time. Why are you biting me? You want a foot massage?